had to take responsibility for what he did as an individual. Sean is the one who pulled that gun out. Sean is the one who shot. So he has to take responsibility for that.
I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
Jennifer Lopez, a name that evokes images of unparalleled glamour, success, and global stardom, has unexpectedly found herself linked, albeit indirectly, to one of the most shocking scandals to hit the entertainment industry in years. The controversy centers around two music titans, Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z, who are now entangled in a web of allegations that have rocked their reputations and the industry at large. What makes this story even more compelling is the resurfacing of a photo of Lopez herself, coupled with whispers of an underage victim. The situation is drawing intense public scrutiny, with fans and critics alike speculating about her connection to these events. But before conclusions are drawn, let's break down the details of this unfolding drama and uncover why it's becoming one of the most talked about controversies of recent times. Picture this. It's the year 2000, a golden era for music television, with the MTV Video Music Awards reigning as the must-attend event of the year. Celebrities were out in droves, and the after-parties were as legendary as the show itself. That night, Jennifer Lopez, at the peak of her early fame, was spotted at an exclusive after-party alongside her then-boyfriend, Sean Diddy Combs. Their whirlwind romance had captivated the tabloids, making them one of the most glamorous couples of the time. The duo's every appearance was a spectacle, feeding the public's insatiable appetite for star-studded drama. Yet, what seemed like just another glitzy evening in the lives of Hollywood's elite has now resurfaced under a much darker cloud. New lawsuits and accusations from over 2 decades ago are shedding an unsettling light on the events of that night. The scandal at the center of this saga involves shocking allegations against both Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z. A recently amended lawsuit accuses the two moguls of misconduct involving a young individual at an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in September 2000. The lawsuit paints a deeply unsettling picture of what allegedly transpired behind closed doors that evening, casting a shadow over an event remembered for its glitz and glamour. However, it's not just the allegations that have reignited interest in this long-buried story. The photo, which has been circulating widely online, captures a striking moment from that fateful evening. Jennifer Lopez, dressed in a bold geometric-patterned mini dress, is seen in what appears to be a heated exchange with Diddy at New York's now-defunct Lotus nightclub. Her expression is tense, her body language animated, as she confronts Puff Daddy, who leans casually against a wall with a beverage in hand. According to reports, this argument occurred just hours before the alleged incident now at the center of legal action. While there is absolutely no suggestion that Lopez was involved in or even aware of the events described in the lawsuit, her presence at the party has undeniably added another layer of intrigue to an already sensational story. Jennifer Lopez's relationship with Diddy, which lasted from 1999 to 2001, was as high profile as it was tumultuous. The pair were staples of early 2000s celebrity culture, often seen at glamorous events and making headlines for their fiery dynamic. However, their love story was far from idyllic. Lopez has spoken candidly in past interviews about the challenges they faced, describing their time together as a roller coaster of intense passion and conflict. "It wasn't a great time in my life," she admitted, reflecting on the emotional toll their relationship took. While their romance ultimately ended, its legacy has lingered, and recent developments have only added to the ongoing intrigue. It's important to emphasize that the lawsuit at the center of this controversy does not name Lopez as a party to the alleged incident, nor does it imply that she had any knowledge or involvement in wrongdoing. However, the resurfaced photo of Lopez at the nightclub that evening has thrust her back into the spotlight, sparking fresh speculation. many are now questioning whether Lopez might hold information, no matter how peripheral, that could shed light on what transpired that night. Could her presence at the party have given her a window into the events that have since come under legal scrutiny? Or was her attendance simply coincidental, placing her in the wrong place at the wrong time? Despite her clear distance from the allegations themselves, meanwhile, the lawsuit itself has sent shockwaves through the industry, drawing attention for its deeply unsettling claims. According to court documents, the alleged incident occurred during an exclusive after-party attended by some of the biggest names in music and entertainment. The lawsuit paints a chilling picture. The victim claims their drink was spiked, leaving them disoriented and vulnerable. In this impaired state, the victim alleges they were taken advantage of by multiple individuals, including Diddy and Jay-Z. Adding another layer of intrigue, the lawsuit mentions the presence of a third individual in the room, a woman described as a well-known celebrity. For Jennifer Lopez, the resurfacing of this story comes at a particularly complicated time. Fresh off her recent divorce from Ben Affleck, Lopez has been focusing on her career, promoting her latest film, and navigating life as a single woman. Once again, the last thing she likely expected was to be dragged into a decades-old scandal involving her ex-boyfriend and his alleged misdeeds. While Lopez has not publicly addressed the resurfaced photo or the lawsuit, her silence has done little to quell the speculations surrounding her connection to the events of that night. What makes this story even more compelling is how it taps into the broader cultural conversation about accountability and complicity. In an era where high-profile figures are being held to account for past actions, the question of who knew what and when has taken on new significance. For Lopez, the resurfaced photo raises questions about her role, however peripheral, in a narrative that is still unfolding. Was she merely a bystander to a heated argument, or does her presence at the party suggest a deeper awareness of the dynamics at play? These are the kinds of questions the public, and perhaps even the courts, will be grappling with as the case moves forward. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that Lopez's relationship with Diddy was already fraught with controversy long before this latest scandal emerged. From their infamous nightclub incident in 1999, where the couple was briefly detained by authorities, to the persistent rumors of infidelity that plagued their romance, Lopez and Diddy's time together was anything but smooth sailing. While the couple ultimately parted ways on seemingly amicable terms, with Lopez going on to marry and divorce multiple times, the shadow of their relationship has never fully disappeared. Now, with the resurfacing of this photo and the allegations against Diddy making headlines, that shadow has grown even darker. What's particularly striking about this story is the way it blurs the lines between past and present, fame and infamy, innocence and culpability. For Jennifer Lopez, a woman who has spent decades building an empire on her talent and work ethic, being linked even tangentially to such a scandal is undoubtedly a bitter pill to swallow. Yet it also serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of fame and how personal and professional lives can become inextricably intertwined. For better or worse, Lopez's connection to Diddy means that his actions, both past and present, will inevitably cast a shadow over her, even if she had no part in them. As the legal battle unfolds, one thing remains clear: this story is far from over. With new details emerging daily and the public hungry for answers, the scandal involving Diddy, Jay-Z, and the unnamed third individual is set to dominate headlines for the foreseeable future. For Lopez, the challenge will be navigating this storm with the grace and resilience that have defined her career, all while maintaining her distance from allegations that have nothing to do with her. Whether she chooses to address the resurfaced photo or remain silent, her name will undoubtedly continue to be a part of this unfolding saga, if only because the world simply can't seem to look away. The scandal surrounding Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z has gripped the entertainment world, creating ripple effects that seem to touch everyone in their orbit. While Jennifer Lopez's connection to this saga might appear peripheral to some, others, argue that her personal and professional proximity to these events makes her an unavoidable part of the unfolding narrative. To fully understand where this story is heading, it's crucial to unpack the reactions, legal maneuvers, and broader implications of this growing controversy. For Diddy, the stakes are as high as they've ever been. His carefully cultivated image as a music mogul, entrepreneur, and philanthropist is now overshadowed by a cloud of accusations. The public, once captivated by his larger-than-life persona, is beginning to wonder if the man who famously declared himself the king of the world may have been hiding a much darker reality. Adding to the mounting drama is the fact that Diddy's legal troubles go far beyond the current lawsuit. Separate. Allegations of workplace misconduct and financial improprieties have surfaced, further fueling the perception of a man under siege. These claims have only amplified the narrative that his empire, once considered unshakable, is beginning to show significant cracks. Even his legal defense is under scrutiny. Reports have emerged that Diddy's longtime law firm recently dropped him as a client, a rare and telling move. The decision raises eyebrows and suggests that even those within his inner circle may be stepping back from the growing storm. And then there's Jennifer Lopez, whose name keeps surfacing in conversations about this scandal despite her clear lack of direct involvement. While Lopez has stayed silent on the allegations against her ex, her presence at the infamous after-party has sparked speculation about what she might have seen or heard that night. Could she hold valuable insights into Diddy's behavior, or is her connection to the case being overstated? It's a question that's difficult to answer, especially when considering Lopez's own history with Diddy. Their relationship, while passionate, was also fraught with challenges, including rumors of infidelity and a high-profile nightclub incident that saw both of them briefly detained by authorities. While Lopez eventually moved on to build a successful career independent of Diddy, her time with him remains a defining chapter in her personal and professional life. Now, with the resurfaced photo and the ongoing lawsuits, that chapter is being revisited in ways she likely never anticipated. What's particularly interesting is how Lopez has managed to navigate the fallout from this scandal without directly addressing it. Unlike Jay-Z and Diddy, who have both issued public statements, Lopez has chosen to remain silent, focusing instead on her career and personal life. It's a calculated move that speaks to her media savvy but also leaves room for speculation. Is she staying quiet to avoid being dragged into the controversy? Or is she waiting for the right moment to share her side of the story? And if she does decide to speak out, what impact could her words have on the ongoing legal battles? These are the kinds of questions keeping fans and critics alike glued to the unfolding drama. Meanwhile, the legal and public reactions to this scandal have been nothing short of intense. Social media has become a battleground for opinions, with some defending Jay-Z and Diddy as victims of a smear campaign, while others are demanding accountability and justice. The hashtag